Hi there. I wanted to get good in Minecraft, specifically speedrunning, so I streamed every single day for the month of September and documented my progress. I learned how to scavenge shipwrecks, prepare portals, navigate nether, barter bastions, fight in fortresses, scope out the stronghold, and defeat the dragon. I got a coach, optimized my hotkeys, put in over 100 hours of work streaming, and eventually broke PB after PB after PB. And this is where I started.
Aw, dang it. Don't! I'm an idiot.
This video will probably end up being a two-parter, so hit that subscribe button to make sure you don't miss the second half. We have a lot of ground to cover, so let's get to it. Let's begin with a simple explanation of how to beat the game. We all know this, but for the people in the back who aren't raising their hands, and also my family members who have no idea what I do on the internet, first we punch a tree. We get iron, we enter the nether, we get pearls, we get blaze rods, locate the stronghold, enter the end, and kill the dragon. And we do it all as fast as possible. One of the simplest ways to get a head start on this process is called COD strats. It's beginner friendly and relatively low risk. First we find a village, collect hay, trade with the farmer for emeralds, trade with the fisherman to get a bucket of cod, take out the iron golem, craft a pick, make food, flint and steel if possible, build a portal to the nether, and you're on your merry way. For the first 5 days, this was about all I could do, and I practiced it over and over and over again. It was rare that I would make it to the nether at all, and if I did, it was even less likely that I would be alive for very long. I don't know if I'm alone here, but the nether genuinely scared me, and I was bad in it. But on the 6th day, something changed. I realized that it would be a good idea to take notes after every stream. Typically, these would be notable things that happened, ways my gameplay improved, or things that I learned that day. The 6th day was the first day that I took notes. I made it to the nether several times on day 6. Using entity scanning to locate bastions was becoming second nature. Traveling narrow paths and bridging seemed easier. Definitely getting more sure-footed in the nether. Like I feel more confident negotiating it. Using the boat to drop down made more sense.
Don't mind if I do.
I learned that wither skeletons don't burn in lava.
Do you not catch on fire? I guess they don't. Noticing that going up seems to always help in the nether too. Like just be up. Just be as up as you can be without being too high. Never get too high is sage advice. For the nether, you mean? In Minecraft. Yes, yeah, naturally.
I even made it to a bastion and traded with piglins.
Go in there. Go in there. Go in that hole.
Of course, I killed myself shortly thereafter.
No, I pressed forwards instead of backwards. Gosh dang it.
On day 7, I noticed a trend with my nether enters.
Oh, why does it have to be basalt every time? I'm basalty about it.
I discovered that piglins get mad if you break their gilded blackstone.
Uh-oh. How was I supposed to know that?
Making shears to get leaves for traveling in the nether is a great move, and I found out that lava can be used as a fuel source.
Lava is fuel. What? No shot.
Day 7 was also the first time that I managed to get a usable amount of blaze rods, and I'm a sucker for a good transition, so that brings us to day 8. This run marked a small turning point in my gameplay.
Yo. Hey, yo?
This wasn't COD strats or a shipwreck. This was using what was available because I knew what I would need.
That's amazing. What a start.
And, as it turns out,
oh boy,
it would also become my fastest sustainable enter.
Let's go, dude. 402. Ha ha ha, surprise dance.
The next run did not go as smoothly.
Come on! Broken Conquer 2v2 team again, place lava buckets. Where's the lie?
I also discovered that fighting ghasts is incredibly manageable.
Again, less terrified of ghasts, more terrified of skeletons.
While trading with piglins, I learned a valuable lesson.
Oh god. I'm royally messing this up. If you hit them, they don't get distracted by gold anymore. Oh, piglins have different aggro levels. If you hit them, that's max aggro, they'll ignore gold. Okay, well, I know for next time. Day 9 was interesting because I had a long run, and at the time, that was a quantifiable measure of success because it meant I had not died yet. Let's quickly talk about bastions. There are 4 kinds of bastions in Minecraft: treasure, housing, bridge, and stables. And they all have slightly different quirks and characteristics. A good way to remember them is to take the out of thumbs. And then you get thubs. I just made that up, but I think it goes so hard and I wish I had a mnemonic while I was learning bastion types. The first bastion I went to was housing.
I was dumb and failed to locate the gold blocks inside, assuming I had gotten bad RNG. What I found out later is that I was in the right place, I just hadn't looked deep enough. But after this run, I did some research and found out that there is one bastion that actually can spawn without gold. Stables. This renders it completely useless for trades. Anyway, I was under the impression that I had to travel to another bastion, which ended up being Bridge, characterized by what is known as the Chalice, the large group of gold blocks in one area. This was the first time I was able to complete my trades and leave the bastion with everything I needed. But now what? I had run into a problem, and unfortunately had no way to solve it because I suffocated in a wall shortly after.
Are you serious? Are you serious?
Which brings us to day 10. Once again, I was proud of myself for displaying experience-based intuition.
No, splash. Yes! No way, I just did that! I've never done that in my entire life. Oh, that's awesome.
Even if it didn't last long.
Don't shoot me into the lava, please. Gosh darn it. I'm not gonna be able to pull it off twice. No!
I got my first Speedrun September dono and learned something cool about Dutch cuisine.
Red Scope with the $1 dono. Thank you, sir. Take my lunch money. Buy yourself a frikandel Bruges. I don't know what that is. How do you pronounce this? Frikandelbloed. Hold on, is there a...
Frikandelbroodje.
Diese snack... I can't... Like, why did my AI overview go full Dutch? This looks amazing, though. A skinless spiced meat sausage wrapped in puff pastry and baked until golden. Fun facts from Red Scope. Love it. Let's just stables. Again, it's always freaking stables. I stink at stables. Come on, get the gold blocks. No! I threw the boat! Well, we found the bastion, and we learned what frickin' doodle was. Yes, I am. I feel like I am, too, which is why I'm so excited about speedrunning stuff.
I think it's probably worth mentioning that the whole time I've been doing this challenge, I've been learning new keybinds, and trying not to use my scroll wheel to move through my hotbar.
My 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 is all on my mouse, which is really nice because my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is all on my keyboard. Set your scroll sensitivity to 0. Mouse settings. Oh my god. Scroll sensitivity.
This would come with some growing pains.
Whoa! Oh, that was the wrong button.
But I was dead set on learning how to play Minecraft without using the scroll wheel because that's what the pros do. It's harder and more efficient. I eventually found a bastion and did my trades. I even hit a clip while trying to find the fortress.
Get out of my face! Get out of my face! That was a professional gamer move right there.
But once again, we were running into the same problem as the day before. It's day 11 and we run the routine. I found a bastion, I did the trades, I even started crafting while trading. I was nowhere near ready to use what I was making, but I wanted to solidify the muscle memory. Eventually I would need to use these things for the endgame, so it was good practice to get in the habit of it. And then once again, we run into the same problem. I would finish up at a bastion, and then I could not locate a fortress. I would wander the nether fruitlessly, and eventually end up dying to something.
This has happened now 3 or 4 days. We found a bastion, great, but then I just get stuck. I'm looking for fortress with an E counter, and what I need to be doing is learning how to pirate a spawner.
On day 11, I also saw my first ever abandoned village. They have around a 2% chance of generating, so that was pretty cool. Day 12 was a big day. I finally learned how to locate spawners using my pie chart.
Okay, it's not that direction. Did I do this wrong? No, I did not. Okay, sweet.
But as I traveled towards it, I found out it wasn't gonna be that easy.
It's a treasure. You saw it? Oh, don't tell me the bad news.
Here's the problem. We use the pie chart to locate spawners, like blaze spawners in a fortress. But there is one other type of spawner in the nether, the magma cube spawner at the bottom of a treasure bastion. And if you're closer to that than the blaze spawner in the fortress, you'll get a false positive.
No, so it's not the... Oh, who cares? Who cares anyway? Who even cares? It's fine. I'm fine. How are you doing? Ah!
Unfortunately, that wouldn't be my only crash out for the day.
Man, it's always basalt. What if instead bastion and not basalt forever? Willing to bargain 8 loaves of bread and the next diamond that I find. Yes, there we are. All right, I owe the game. I was about to say I owe the game my next diamond, but that's no Minecraft gods. You don't get a diamond from me when you pull that stuff. I just want to get from a bastion with all of my eyes to a rod of blaze. I don't even want to beat the game today. I just want those two things, and I'm so ready to do it. Come on. Oh, perfect. That's what I'm talking about. 10 out of 10 crash out. Oh, we got a blacksmith too, dog. All right, Minecraft gods were like,
We heard you. That was our bad.
Eventually, I found another bastion. I did my trades, and it was time to set up my pyre.
now I can actually do the thing that I've been wanting to do all day.
And I got a spike, 13 chunks away, facing south.
All right, I know where the fortress is, and it's not that far away.
I traveled the distance carefully, and finally,
Oh my god, we did it! This is the first time I've done a bastion and a fortress in the same game. I could quit right now and be happy.
but I didn't. I fought the blaze and got my rods. I made the portal and threw my eyes of Ender in the overworld.
We're just gonna do this the old-fashioned way.
And eventually, I made it to the chunk above the fortress. I dug down and located the portal room for the very first time. And foolishly, I went in immediately.
Oh, I forgot to do the thing I was supposed to do!
We didn't win, I'll be honest.
Oh, no way, bro. That's so tragic.
But I really didn't care. Day 12 had finally solidified the last piece of the puzzle. I felt like I could do this. Day 13 was relatively uneventful. I did come to the realization that I'd recorded the previous 4 days without game audio. Sorry about that. I tried to fix it where it mattered, but mostly I just did a whole bunch of falling in the nether. I did, however, learn to be careful around soul sand edges, though.
I think we... Oh, what? I was holding crouch. I slipped off because of the soul sand.
Day 14 was equally dysfunctional. In my notes it says, skip this day. We showed up to practice, but we definitely lost the game.
Oh, I can't do anything right. I came into today thinking today's the day. I feel good. We've been making some serious progress. I didn't have enough time to get to it yesterday. The day before, I was on fire. No.
I did get the chance to practice pyring in the nether,
There it is.
but I had improper space management while fighting the blaze.
Oh, God. Oh, no.
And I also did try to practice my ravine enters, which up until then I had been avoiding.
How is that happening? Someone explain to me how this is happening.
But mostly I just died over and over again.
Cool. I didn't want to play that nether anyway.
On day 15, I watched this video from Hepe which goes into depth about mining quickly in Minecraft, and you should check it out, but essentially it boils down to this. Having your attack key set to left click is slower because there is a mining cooldown between every block mined. For some reason, changing this input to a keyboard input bypasses this cooldown. Essentially, I rebound my attack key to Alt, and it's been like that ever since. It's very noticeable when breaking boats and fighting spiders, but mostly it's just more efficient while mining. This was hard to relearn, and uncomfortable, but I figured it was better to get used to early in my speedrunning journey.
This is tough.
But day 15 was interesting for another reason too. For the entirety of my desktop gaming career, I have been using a crappy secondhand keyboard from Goodwill. Recently this channel was monetized, and to celebrate that accomplishment and the hard work that went into it, I bought myself a Wooting 80HE as a gift. And it arrived on the 15th. This is not a sponsor, but they did write me back and tell me that if part 1 and part 2 of this speedrunning series get a combined 10k views, they'd send me some cool cables, which is fun. But my experience with this keyboard has been overwhelmingly positive. I'm not sure the footage will show just how much of a game changer this was, but I can assure you that I have never had more control playing any video game.
The difference this keyboard makes, I cannot explain how crazy this is.
The last thing I'll say about day 15 is this. I was starting to make it to the endgame more often.
Yo, I'm the best.
On day 16, I spent a little bit more time on my ravine enters, but they were still pretty sloppy. I randomly dug into the wall while collecting blocks and found a fortress.
Oh, yo, what a find.
And I had 2 runs where the bastion and the fortress were very close to each other. Unfortunately, I threw both games, but I did learn that if you get stuck in a piglin hole, you can use your boat to get out of it.
Okay, yep.
Hypothetically.
Cool.
Day 17. Not a great day. 3 pretty big flubs.
What the hell?
Day 18. This was another day where I didn't make a whole bunch of progress. I had some IRL stuff going on in the background, which was draining me emotionally, so I was having a hard time focusing on the challenge.
I'm not like super trying tonight because the only amount of energy that I have is enough to play and enjoy myself.
But I did learn that I had been collecting my starter wood inefficiently.
I swear you do the logs thing to bother me. I don't know what you mean. He's doing it on purpose, surely. I don't know what I am doing. I don't understand. Am I getting too much? The actual move is mine 3 logs, then make the axe. Every time? Another good portal. Yeah, it's like my favorite thing in the world to watch good portals be made. So I'm trying to get nice with it. It's one of the things that whenever I'm watching a speedrunner, they do it all perfect and there's no mistakes, then I'm like, ooh, you can save this. All right, I'm gonna do it right this time. 1, 2, 3. Oh yeah. Look at how efficient this is.
Day 19 is the big day. After watching me fumble through yet another ravine enter, Dead Pixel offered to hop on a call and coach me through it. She is not just a 2B2T Titan, she is also an exceptional speedrunner with over 3,000 hours of practice and a sub 20 PB. Friendship aside, this is somebody who could teach me a lot. And she did. After just 20 minutes on a practice map, I was able to fully follow a series of steps which would enable me to build a portal underwater consistently and enter the nether much faster than I was previously able.
All right, I think I get that.
That was still faster than the other one. Like, that's still your fastest portal yet.
Do you want to try and coach me through a run?
I would love to coach you through a run.
This tech opened the door to shipwreck strats. Collect wood, make doors, make a boat, find the shipwreck, loot the back of the shipwreck for iron, loot the front of the shipwreck for food, loot the middle of the shipwreck for a buried treasure map. We'll get back to this one later. Search for a ravine with exposed magma blocks, collect flint on your way down, build a portal, and you're on your merry way. This was, on average, 2 to 3 minutes faster than what I had been doing.
You got this.
Oh, it's bridge, baby!
It's bridge, yes!
I did my trades, I raided my pie, collected my blaze rods, built my portal, and threw my eyes.
Is that the stronghold right there?
It is. Oh my god, and that's the portal room. You got really lucky.
But once again, I went from really lucky to...
No!
Come on! I didn't set my bed, that's it.
No! Oh.
Now, you know we can't end it here. Inspired by my coaching session, I got back on later that night. I got lucky with a blacksmith, took out the golem, collected leaves and food, found flint, made a portal, traveled the nether until I found a bastion, discovered where the gold blocks were.
Oh! Oh! Oh!
Traded, pyre, found the fortress. Got the blaze rods, made my portal, threw my eyes, found the stronghold, set a bed, and entered the end. I fought the dragon for a bit, and then died. I fought the dragon a bit more, and then died. I fought the dragon a bit more, and then died. Which meant I no longer had a pick. So I dug myself out by hand, and all of my stuff despawned. I fought the dragon a bit more, and then died. And then I remembered that the library has wood, so I made an iron sword, threw it on the ground.
Why did I throw that?
And then died. But finally, after 19 days, I killed the Ender Dragon.
Oh! Let's go! Oh, I beat a kid's game! I beat a kid's game! I beat a game for kids in 3 hours! Oh my god!